So for this week, we have a series of events that is likely going to be affecting the USD. We have one on Monday. Today, in the next 2 hours, we are going to be seeing the ISM manufacturing PMI for the month of September coming up in 2 hours time. And then on Wednesday, we have the ADP employment change. We have the ISM services. And then on Friday, we have the almighty non-farm payroll. So we can see we have a series of events that is likely going to be affecting the USDJPY for this week. Hence, we want to be preparing ourselves towards this direction. So let's go into the chart and let's look at what the market structure is giving us from a technical standpoint. Well, on a daily time frame, it is very obvious that price action has been on a very strong bullish momentum, as we can see here, as price has continued to respect this bullish trend line. And you can see what has been happening in the last 5 months now. And one interesting thing happened in the month of July. We saw this bearish move to respect that bullish trend line, whereby evolving into a double bottom structure. Then we had a breakout of the neckline at the 135 Japanese yen to signal that strong bullish momentum we witnessed in the last 2 months. So now something interesting happened here. As soon as price got into the 145.900 area, we started seeing selling pressure around this area. So we can see since the beginning of the month of September, every attempt by the buyers to push price right above this area was met with stiff resistance from the sellers to give us a clue into the strength of the sellers at that point in the market. So with the current structure here, let's scale down to the 4 hours time frame so that we can see things more clearly. So we can see that we had a very hold on a second, sorry about that. No. So we can see here that the 145.900 area has been a very strong selling niche for participants in this market here on the 4 hours time frame. And during the course of last week's trading session, we were actually looking forward to selling momentum from this area. But something interesting happened last week. We saw our price was caught within a channel right around the supply zone we identified here on the 4 hours time frame. So during the course of last week's trading session, we saw our participants in this market was caught within an indecision phase, as they're probably waiting for a catalyst that is likely going to be pushing price in the appropriate direction, which we don't know yet. So in that regard, I was able to identify the channel right between the 145 Japanese yen level and the 144.200 level area, where I said I want to be looking out for a signal in the form of a breakout or breakdown of the structure. So we could either have a breakdown of the structure in such a way that price breaks down the 144.200 area, a retest of that level, after which we look out for patterns on lower time frame that will support a trend continuation to the downside. So that is one scenario we want to be looking forward to for this week. Then the other scenario is that if a breakout of the 145 Japanese yen level happens, retest of structure, then we want to be joining a potential rally to the upside. So this simply means that if a breakout of the resistance level at the 145 Japanese yen happens, that means we have a situation where buyers have taken out all the sell position at this point to give us that signal. So now if we scale down to the 1 hour time frame and let's see what has been happening since the beginning of this week. Well, we can see that we already have a breakout of the 145 Japanese yen level. We can see the channel, we have the resistance point here. So we already have a breakout retest of this level. And when I cited this, I opened a position right above the 145 Japanese yen area. And currently price is running with about how many pips in profit at the moment? 15 pips in profit. And one thing I did afterwards was to move my stop loss to the 145 Japanese yen area. And the reason why I moved my stop loss to this level is just simply to protect my position against any sudden pullback that is likely to happen here. Remember, we are within a strong supply niche, and I saw the sharp move this morning, and this is more or less like a selling pressure, giving me a clue of the presence of sellers still available at this point. So this breakout could likely turn out to be a false one, which we don't know yet. So because of this, I pushed my stop loss to my entry point to protect my position against any sudden pullback that might be happening at this point. So now that we have the scenario and we have the setup already, how do we intend to trade this? And especially for those who had missed out on the opportunity that I took here at the breakout retest of that structure, is market going to give us another chance to join the rally, or is there going to be any rally in the first place? Is there going to be a second opportunity to join this rally? So this is what we want to be looking at right now. So with the current structure we have here, we have a breakout already that has happened. Let's see if price is going to come back and do a retest of this 145 Japanese yen level, and that retest is going to come in the form of a multiple rejection of that level. So we are going to see if price is going to do probably a double bottom structure or multiple rejection of the 145 Japanese yen area to send price go to the upside. And remember, we have the ISM coming up in 2 hours time, so there is a likelihood that participants are waiting for that results to happen to now help in making a decision for this one. So let's see what happens during the New York session today. Is price going to come back, do multiple rejection of the 145 Japanese yen level to push price to the upside, or price will just continue to the upside from this point? So whatever happens today will now determine how we are going to follow up with the USDJPY